再吃一个吧，2个，然后就可以。是正的
哦，那表示他自己里面有在调，他认得出来，不然就是这个 camera 自己反过来啊。So
camera 自己反过来
，so you don't have to worry about it。
但是它其他的那个什么，
那些都是反的，那没办法。放那个车子的 dash 就好了。Alright, we're at the Tiffin River Service Plaza. It's just across the border of Ohio. And they actually have a section here that's suitable for RVs. So there's electric hookup. What you gotta do is you gotta pay. You gotta go over here and pay $20 overnight. And then you get electric hookup. There's 30 amp up to 50 amp, and then they have water hookups right back there where I was just pointing. So we have this as our rest stop for tonight. And we got on the road this morning at 8:30, and then with stops and everything, also an hour time zone difference because we went forward by an hour. Ended up being we're here at around 8 o'clock right now. So, but it's been pretty smooth so far. We got Toby settled in, and now we're gonna get some dinner. All right, it's 6:30 in the morning. We got up a little early today. We were up at 5. And so just got everything ready. Toby ate, walked, potty, pooped, and then we just hit the road. It'd be good to get to Pennsylvania a bit early this afternoon. So pretty good sunrise on the horizon. Yeah, just making a pit stop right now to get some gas. I definitely need some coffee probably. But other than that, we have like another 7.5 hours to go, which means total travel time probably like another 8 hours, but we're gonna make good headway today. I realize everything closes at 5 in terms of touristy stuff in Philly, so there's no way we're gonna get down there. But I was able to find some good classics for dinner, so let's take a look. Okay, so I went to Denix, and they are a food stand. Historically, it's been in the Reading Terminal Market, and they are really well known for their roast pork sandwich, with broccoli rabe and provolone. So I got one of those. And then you can't really come to Philly without getting a cheesesteak, so I got one of those too. And well, we're just gonna dig in and see how it is. So the roast pork is thinly sliced. It's delicious, along with the cheese. The broccoli rabe, I get why people like it. It's a little bit bitter to my taste. I think I probably should have gotten the spinach. All right, here's that cheesesteak. The only thing I asked for is caramelized onions, and it looks to be plenty. And then they asked what kind of cheese. I feel like if you're in Philly, and at least this is what I grew up with, you gotta go with Cheese Whiz. I've seen, my other option would probably be provolone, but I can't wait to dig into one half of this. You know what? I thought there were 2 different ingredients, but it said pancetta caramelized onions. I thought pancetta, it was going to be pancetta, caramelized onions, but there's pancetta in here. I like it. Pancetta adds an additional layer of flavor with the onion on top of the cheesesteak. I dig it. Yeah, so this cable TV antenna output, every time we drive and we get here, it's like this. So I want to tape it down, and hopefully it won't just fly up again. So see how that works. Okay, next, the shelving in this closet, I'll show you guys, needs a little bit of work. So they're removable, and you'll see that I'll use this one as an example. It's largely stapled in, but that staple, because of the bumping and the roads and all that good stuff, it's coming off. So I bought some screws from Lowe's. We're just gonna go ahead and tighten these up. On one of the platforms, you can see here, it has completely come off. So we'll have to put that back together and then do the screw. So here we go. All right, last thing I'm gonna do is to clean the air conditioning's air filter. See if water comes out. Nope. I think we're all good. Alright, I just got done with work for today, and I'm off for the rest of the week. Today's Wednesday, I'm off Thursday and Friday. And we're gonna head into Philly. All the major attractions are closed by now, or by the time I get into Philly, so really can't do anything significant. But I figure, you know, I don't come here very often, so it'll still be nice to do like a quick driving tour and just go see a lot of the main sites. So yeah, let's go do that. Good morning. All right, we're heading off to Maryland. And man, breaking down was a drag because I have not experienced this kind of humidity in a while. So it's bad. And it's like humidity is 100%, and you can see it in the air. I don't know the last time I was able to see that. I don't know that Minnesota gets this. But anyway, let's back up and get out of here. So the campground was pretty nice. And I think it's because I had a campsite that was kind of isolated from everyone else. Otherwise, it's pretty tight. I had one that was like off in a kitty corner. The nearest structure to my site was a manufactured home because it's kind of adjacent. It's run by a adults 55 plus community. I don't know if I had to be 55 plus to actually rent the campsite, but I did it, and I went and I paid. They take cash or check only, and but it was $40 a night, full hookups. I was pretty isolated by myself, so I had no complaints, and it was a really good stay if you are in the Philly area. It is roughly like an hour, 15 minutes outside of downtown Philadelphia. So if your intent is to go into Philly to try and do a lot of the touristy stuff and then just explore, there might be closer options. You probably just need to book far more in advance, and they're probably more expensive. Like there's a KOA out there, but it was like $20 to $30 more. So for what I needed, mainly it was a place for me to work and a place for me to catch up with my folks. It was fine. It was like halfway point between them and Philly, which is good. So, but anyway, we're off to Maryland. We're staying at a campground that's just outside of DC. I had wanted to go into DC mainly to look at a lot of the memorials that are there, but I don't know just yet, especially because my family is going to be there. I don't know if we'll actually have the time, and also the forecast is going to be rain for the next 2 days, like this. So who knows if we even want to be outside.这个也有腌吗？
有。
用什么腌的？
用那个沙茶酱。
沙茶酱。哇。
沙茶酱跟那个。
这个会不会太离谱啊？那么多。
哪一个？
那包还有。
还没拌完呢。
还没拌完，吃不完给黄佩轩好了。
哦。
你不要带走。
哈哈哈，这样最好。Hi, look at that. Toby, who's that?
No.
Who's that? Who's that, Toby?
Yeah, she's hunkering down too, so.
She doesn't seem to be aggressive at all.
No, she's not. Like, she will if she feels threatened, but I think Toby is good enough where she doesn't really feel that way. We actually fostered a dog for a couple of days, but he was like young and super playful and just like went at her and she was not having it.
So it's been a couple days since I checked in. You know, I've been just with family here in Maryland for a couple of days. My parents came down from Jersey, and my sister lives about 20 minutes away from the campground that I was staying at, which, by the way, Cherry Hill Park, really good campground, pretty big. It's It's got all the amenities. The bathroom is great, and but it's a little on the pricey side. But if you understand, like, living in the Northeast, you'd probably be able to say, like, oh, okay, I get it. We had the rates start at like $72 a night for just like a basic back-end site. We had a premium back-end site. It's all gravel pads, and it was $88 a night, but it was super convenient because there was a bathhouse right nearby. And so that worked out pretty well. I think my folks liked sleeping in the camper, specifically the pull-out bed platform on the front of the X23B, and then I just slept on the couch like I usually do when I travel by myself. So it worked out pretty well. Unfortunately, we didn't really get to do anything because the first night that we got here, Maryland and DC were under a flash flood warning, and man, the rain came down. It was pretty ridiculous. I'm pretty sure there were videos online. I definitely saw some on Twitter that were showing the flash flooding that was happening. It was pretty crazy in Maryland and DC. Right now, I am on my way to Champion, Pennsylvania, which is about 45 minutes outside of Pittsburgh. We're gonna stay there tonight and tomorrow night, Sunday night. Anyway, we're gonna get going here, and we'll see you guys in Pennsylvania. All right, we've been driving on some back roads. I think what I'm gonna do is get some gas, and then get to the campground that I initially booked, and then I'm gonna scope it out and just see what the environment feels like. You know, one of those things where you kind of just have your gut telling you something. That's happening right now, so I'm gonna see what's happening, and then if need be, what I might do is find a spot that's a little bit closer to Pittsburgh. Okay, after a lot of back roads, I got to the campsite, and not the campsite, the campground, and yes, it's a resort, but holy moly, was it just jam-packed. That, and there's really poor cell phone reception, so I decided to abandon ship. So right now, I'm headed to a KOA outside of Cleveland, Ohio. The good thing is it'll get me a couple more hours closer to home. I think it's time to just give up on the Flight 93 Memorial and prioritize getting home sooner than later. And I am also hungry, so now I'm just looking to get to that KOA and be able to cook up some stuff. So as we pull into the KOA outside of Cleveland, these changes in plans ended up cutting the trip by a day. You know, wasn't too upset about that, but also throughout this season, the KOAs have come in pretty handy when we're looking for last-minute stays. More to come on that, probably in a separate video. But overall, the biggest thing I took out of this trip was the ability for our Dodge Durango to be able to do long-haul trips like this. It certainly inspires a lot of confidence for us to be able to go longer distances than we have been this season, and very uplifting for when we think about our travels in the future. That's it for this video, and we'll see you in the next one.